Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's Miniatures, the place for all things mini wargaming. And in today's video, as per promised in one of my last posts here, I'm finally actually getting this video made and posted. And this video is more of a rant video of one more YouTuber and hobbyist screaming into the void about the price hikes that Games Workshop seems to think is an absolute necessity to punish us, their fan base, when it comes to their models and hobbying. And it's like they don't really care. It's obvious that they don't really care about us. They barely care about our money as long as it keeps coming into them. But it's ridiculous here. But let's go ahead and get into more details as to what's going on with these price hikes right here on us for the new year of 2026. So the price effects are officially going to be happening on September 21st of this year, so not even a month away now. Everything across the board basically is going to be, they say, is going to go anywhere from 3.9 to 4% increase, though some select items are going up by like 5.5% increase, and others are only going up by 2%, but that's the average. About 4% is what we're going to be seeing. And the reason why they do this is they claim every single year there's always an excuse that they didn't make the projected money that they wanted. They were close, but not quite. Inflation was too high. The cost of production is too much. And as of recently, with the U.S., big bad US making their tariffs, and the European Union also imposing their version of tariffs and stuff as well for supplies, it's just that it's getting too much for them and they're barely making enough money, kind of a deal, which is kind of a crap excuse, because in every year they do their fiscal report that they publish for their shareholders. And this, when they do it from May, so May 31st, 2026 is when the data ended collecting. They did it from May 31st, 25 to 26, and they published all their findings as of July 28th. And it showed that the total revenue that they received was over 659.7 million British pounds, with showing the data showing that they actually made a 6.8% increase on what they made last year. And ever since I joined the hobby, they have been basically no less than 1.5% to 2% minimum is what they make every single year. And I feel like Games Workshop is just trying to find some way to get themselves as close to 10% in year over year if possible. And the only way that they think that they can do that is by price gouging us hobbyists out of our money to provide us with less products, so we're forced to have to buy more. But in the long run, what it's about going to do is eventually they're going to be pricing us too much, and I think they're getting really close to that, to where a lot of people are just not going to join the hobby. They won't get the new people like they want. We won't get the people who are currently in the hobby won't be able to spend the money that they want to be able to get the products that they want. Honestly, I think if Games Workshop actually did something smart and they didn't do a price hike but did actually a lowering of their prices, they would probably see a resurgence of people who are currently in the hobby try to buy more of the hobby, and they might even see it might flatten the curve just a little bit, but the next thing you know, they'll start seeing more money. If people are allowed to save their money and actually buy something of good quality, they'll buy more of it. That's just the fact of it here. So how this price adjustments is going to be affecting us here, and this is in the US estimates here. Combat patrols will now be risen from $170 to $177. All the Age of Sigmar Spearhead boxes, that's their version of Combat Patrol, is going to jump up to $156. Battle Force boxes, these are our big Battle Force boxes, so like the Red Corsairs Battle Box, the well, any battle box really that kind of are like the Red Corsairs. That's the most recent one that I remember doing. They're now all jumping up to $265 minimum, and every pot of paint, regardless of color, is jumping up to $477. I mean, they're under a quarter from becoming just $5 per pot at this point. And a lot of friendly local game stores can't keep up with this. I mean, if we take a look here, back with 10th edition, the Ultimate Starter Set, this was the best starter set up until this new one right here. It was $210. Yeah, that's pricey, but it's almost doable. It's kind of on the edge where you're pricing a lot of people out, but we could probably still get. But now this new one, it's $250. It came out last month, and it's like, okay, $250, very expensive. A lot of us are going to have to take longer to save up for it if we're wanting to get that. But sure, we could make it, but no, now they're going to actually add $5 more on top of it to make it even more expensive. So even all their new releases that we just got less than a month ago, and we think, oh, that's pricey, but we'll make it work, they're all getting price hikes again. Like, what changed in 2 months that you now got to increase the price on stuff you just announced? That seems kind of asinine to me. I don't know. Maybe I am overthinking it, and you'll probably think, oh, you're just say you're broke, bro. Well, I am broke. I'd say about 99% of the population of the planet Earth is broke, okay? And even the 1%ers who aren't broke, they don't want to be spending that much money on this. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, and it makes it worse for us when we have kits like the Warhammer The Old World, who have not seen, with the exception of Grand Cathay, Army of the Grand Cathay, I mean, our High Elves haven't seen updates since 2002. They're still selling us kits from 2002. The Dwarves haven't seen an update since 2006, 2014. The Gyrocopters didn't get their dual kit till 2014, but they were originally released in 2006. The Empire Spearmen came out in 2007, and it's still the same. They're the exact same kits. You know what they did different for Old World? They took the mold lines, they scraped and filled in the part where it says produced by Games Workshop and the year 2002, 2007, 2000. They scraped the 2002 and put 2025 or 2024 when Old World came out. That was all they did that was different. Literally. They didn't create new sculpts. They didn't give us any updates. They just changed the date on the side of a sprue bit. That was it. And then they charge us modern prices compared to what this is. To give you an even more worse idea, and a lot of us veteran gamers know this, but if you're new to Warhammer, this is what I'm talking about here. When I started Games Workshop in Warhammer, we had start collecting boxes. That was the first form of Combat Patrol box during that time right here. 2015, those Combat Patrol boxes were $85. $85. And now they're going to be $177. That's a 108.25% increase in cost for basically functionally the same thing. A deal box that will contain a leader unit, at least one battle line, and one centerpiece. It might have different boxes, will have different ones, like Tau Empire. As you can see here, it's got 2 battle line, it's now got a vehicle, but it still has a character. The character just now is in a mech suit. The centerpiece is now kind of a combination. It's supposed to be the devilfish there instead of the battle suits. So, I mean, it follows the same formula. And it's about the same amount of models, or really close. They try to not have it go over 30 models in a box. They prefer less as much as possible. But if they continue on this rate, guys, I feel bad, because this would mean if they still do 108 in another 10, 11 years, that means a Combat Patrol box is going to be almost $370 at the rate they're going. And that's just Combat Patrol. That's supposed to be one of the most affordable ways to get into the hobby, to start this hobby, and you're telling me that I'm going to have to basically fork out almost a car payment just to buy little plastic toy soldiers? I don't think so. I think Games Workshop's gonna see a lot of big competition coming up if the 3D printing industry it's fast catching up. We'll get people pirating Games Workshop from with the 3D printers, and nobody will actually start buying that from them anymore. And we'll get other companies like Wargames Atlantic if they can survive it. I mean, they've got a starter set box instead of being almost $255. Look at this, Baron's War, 2nd edition. Comes with terrain. If you're counting the 8 pieces of terrain, it's got 62 plastic bits. There's 54 models in this box with a rule book, all the dice, all your tokens, 8 kept pieces of terrain within the box right here, and they're only charging $130. It's cheaper than a Combat Patrol. That's crazy good deal. Okay, the Death Fields right here for Wargames Atlantic, and this is something I like about Wargames Atlantic compared to Games Workshop right now, just as a shameless plug for them in hopes that maybe they'll sponsor the channel. These guys have just as detailed models as we've seen with the Halfling Classic Fantasy Army. Okay, the plastic is the exact same quality. The details are the exact same quality. They've got customization options here for you. And in their Deathfield's Damned Army box right here, as you can see, I mean, we've got 18 infantry plus 12 female infantry. So they actually do sculpt the male and female right here. They actually give the, the diversity points. They show it can be done. Hey, you got a faction that you can, it naturally can put their regular foot soldiers infantry in the future. Sure, we can make a simple sprue and have female. Well, what a big deal with that? We've got ogres in there. We got 3 heavy weapons team and an artillery unit with 8 crew and a full command squad. Okay, you want to know how much this box is? This is the most newest one that Wargames Atlantic has come out with, okay? This is literally a whole small Chaos Army battalion in a box, okay? It's under $100 at $89.95 from their website. Okay, Fireforge Games has very classic historical and fantasy right here that we will probably be taking a look at amongst others right here. But honestly, if Wargames Atlantic, Fireforge Games, and other smaller factories like this could find a way to make legally distinctive but very close look-alike to what Space Marines are, even if it's like Firstborn Space Marine style, less squatty. I mean, Games Workshop is already legends and cut out so that we won't buy them anymore. The old tactical squads and Desolation and Devastator squads and things like that. They don't want us buying those anymore because they want to get newer, bigger, shinier, more expensive. But if we could get something that looks like the old models from them, that's going to be literally less than a third or even a quarter of the cost of what Games Workshop, and it can be legally distinctive so that they, can't be sued into the ground by the corrupt lawyers of Games Workshop. Their days are numbered. All we need is just a couple designers that can make something that's just different enough to qualify, and they're done before the 3D printing market takes over, and then the stores like this, they won't be selling the physical models as much anymore. They'll just be selling SSTLs, and you have to buy a printer. But that's really it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below what you think, and until next time, bye-bye.